When your body is invaded by bacteria or a virus, your immune system springs into action and attacks. This is called an immune response. In some people, the immune system turns against their own body and attacks healthy tissue. This is an autoimmune response and happens in autoimmune disease. Some autoimmune diseases are less common than others and are considered rare. One such rare autoimmune disease is vasculitis. This is where the immune system attacks the patient's blood vessels. Today, there are still many questions surrounding vasculitis. What triggers it? How can we best treat it? And how will the disease progress in a patient? HELICAL is an international training network assembled for the express purpose of answering these questions, funded by an EU Marie Skłodowska-Curie action and comprising of 15 PhD students at universities and industry research institutions across Europe. HELICAL aims to combine clinical data, biological experiments, and informatics to solve the three most pressing problems facing the treatment of vasculitis: identifying the causes, pioneering better treatments, and achieving accurate prognosis. To do this, we have split our researchers into 4 teams. Our first team is made up of 5 PhD students. Together, Alejandro, Enoch, Solange, Bahare, and Albert tried to find out whether environmental factors could be causing vasculitis. Alejandro and Enoch look at particles in the air we breathe to find out if they might trigger vasculitis. Solange designs a study to find out whether people in certain working conditions have a higher chance of developing the disease. Many patients suffer disease flare-ups, where the symptoms of vasculitis worsen for a time at unpredictable intervals. Bahare wants to find out why. Since these research projects combine complex sets of data from health information to weather data, Albert designs a framework to link the data sets safely and easily. Our second team is also made up of 5 PhD students. Anna, Elkin, Michal, Filippo, and Farah all focus on finding new ways to interact with affected cells. For this, they need to find out how the disease works on a molecular level. Anna and Elkin studied the immune cells that attack the blood vessels. Michal and Filippo look at what goes on within the blood vessel cells and study their DNA. Since the currently available medication helps only around half of the patients, Farah aims to learn why and what alternatives might look like. Our third team is made up of another 4 PhD students. There are signs in the body when a person has vasculitis. We call these signs markers. Gosha, Shakoyeg, Gisela, and Marco joined forces to find new markers that could be used to predict how vasculitis will progress in a patient. Gosha and Shakoyeg look for markers in the patient's blood. Gosha studies cell messengers, while Shakoyeg focuses on antibodies. It is Gisela's job to find out which combination of markers works best to diagnose different forms of vasculitis and predict its progression. Instead of focusing on the blood, Marco tries to make prognosis based on images of kidney tissue. Lastly, our 4th team consists entirely of 1 PhD student, Maria. Maria looks after the legal aspects of the sensitive health data of patients in circulation at HELICAL and makes sure said data is used safely and responsibly. At HELICAL, each of us are individuals with our own specializations, but by linking our projects together, we can make a difference.